Are you a real anime fan? Welcome to NowCast, and today, we're counting down the top 10 English dubs every anime fan has watched.
I need you to take this seriously, Dad!
For this list, we'll be looking at some of the most popular anime series translated into English that every true anime fan has seen all the way through. There are hundreds of shows out there, so make sure to watch to the end to see if there's any shows that you need to add to your watch list. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more of your favorite top 10 lists. Let's jump right in with number 10, Fairy Tail. This series follows Natsu, a dragon slayer wizard from the Fairy Tail Guild, and his quest to locate his missing adoptive father, a dragon named Igneel. Fairy Tail aired in English for the first time in 2009 and has since competed with some of the most significant shows of its time.
You will dispel the wind barrier, and you will do so without complaint.
On Natsu's journey, he forms friendships with other powerful wizards, and together they form a team that embark on the search for Igneel, Natsu's father.
There ain't no way you meatheads are gonna get past us! Step on up and I'll roast ya!
Unexpectedly, the wizard's powers were put to the test by none other than Zeref, an immortal dark wizard living in isolation on the sacred ground of Cirrus Island. Venture onto this emotional roller coaster with Natsu and his courageous team of misfits, and find out why this show still continues to grow in popularity till this very day.
I'm such a fool. Natsu hates all forms of transportation. This is all my fault. I need one of you to come and hit me for my penance.
Fairy Tail is a take on the world of Earthland, home of all magical wizards, and despite emerging into a new generation of anime, it continues to be streamed by millions across the globe. Number 9, One Punch Man. One Punch Man was first aired in 2015. At first, you're kinda thrown off because it's so different from a typical anime storyline. It's so easy for him to win fights with just a single punch. One Punch Man is openly mocking other shonen anime, and it can be viewed as a parody. Unlike other shonen, this guy is just a hero for fun.
Yeah, what can be expected from a hero?
Not again. All it took was one punch.
Damn it!
Saitama has become so powerful that he no longer finds any interest or thrill in battles because this guy can literally end any battle with a single punch, and his secret for this power is 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and finishing it off with a 10-kilometer run.
100 push-ups, then a 10-kilometer run, and 100 squats. Do it every single day!
This is how our hero Saitama gained his unmatched strength, with which he can blow up mountains with a single punch. Considering it has such minimal dialogue, this show is enjoyed in both the dub version and the sub version. Number 8, My Hero Academia. In just January of 2019, My Hero Academia was introduced in English by Viz Media and has gained the hearts of millions, distributing over 26 million copies by December of 2019.
I will beat you!
My Hero Academia is about a young boy named Izuku born into a world where 80% of the people are born with superpowers at the age of 4. But unfortunately, he was one of the 20% that didn't possess any special power, or as the heroes call it, quirks. Even though he lacked powers, Izuku was determined to become just like his idol, All Might. His perseverance prevails when presented with the opportunity to be taken under All Might's wing, and inherits his incredible powers, silencing all his bullies.
Thank you.
Winner of the 2019 Harvey Award for Best Manga, there's no question that the animations, artwork, and graphics of the highly destructive battles will leave you with goosebumps. Number 7, Hunter x Hunter. The best-selling manga series sold over 78 million copies as of November of 2019. The first series was translated into English by Viz Media back in April of 2005, and the second series was licensed by Adult Swim from April 2016 to 2019.
What was that?
This kid is dangerous!
This series is about a boy named Gon who wants to become a hunter just like his long-lost father, although to become a hunter he must complete a series of tests. But only 1 in 100,000 get chosen to be a hunter, so the task seems nearly impossible.
Trace on! Attack Killua!
You can't run away from the spells in this game, kids!
After discovering that his father is still alive, he ventures onto a valiant quest to find his father. Along the way, he runs into other hunters, rare beasts, and even faces the paranormal. Hunter x Hunter is packed with exciting action and dramatic voices that truly bring the characters to life. This is a really great show to watch if you're just getting into anime, but if you're a true anime fan, then you've definitely seen this one. Number 6, Dragon Ball Z. Now, despite what all the haters are gonna say, as far as influence goes, especially in the dubbed anime community, this list cannot exist without the legendary Dragon Ball Z. We all know every 90s kid watched this on Nicktoons back in the day.
Come on! What are you waiting for? Power up!
Dragon Ball Z is a continuation of the epic Dragon Ball manga, with Goku as an adult and father to his son. Raditz, Goku's older brother, comes down to Earth and then reveals that the powerful Saiyan villains had sent infant Goku to take over Earth and save their species from extinction. But plans were interrupted when Goku suffers a head injury that causes him to forget not only his entire mission, but also his bloodthirsty Saiyan nature. In order to save his son, Goku teams up with former enemy Piccolo to save his son and defeat his brother, and sacrifices his life in the process. In their afterlife, Goku then learns ancient fighting techniques under the training of the ruler of the North Galaxy and comes after Raditz with a vengeance. Countless movies, TV specials, and video games later, there are very few series that grew to this caliber. After being dubbed into English, it grew in popularity all over the major countries of the world and completely took over the space. You couldn't go anywhere without seeing Dragon Ball Z merch, and frankly, the phrase Kamehameha is still part of our culture till this very day. Number 5, Naruto. Now, I know I might get a little hate for these last two, since it's almost like anime lovers either put Naruto super high on their list and Dragon Ball Z at the bottom, or vice versa, so guess we'll find out in the comments. But just like Dragon Ball, here's another franchise that absolutely took the world by storm.
4-shot shower!
Since it was originally written as a one-shot manga, the story is broken up into Part 1, which takes place in Naruto's preteen years, and Part 2 as a teenager. Naruto is the story of a notorious boy who is mistreated by almost everyone in his village, and all he wants is to be respected, which led him on his journey to become the leader of his village, called the Hokage.
I always wanted to go head-to-head with you like this.
He later finds out that the reason why everyone mistreats him is because Naruto's father, who was once the 4th Hokage of the village, had lost his life after sealing a powerful wizard named Ninetales inside of Naruto, and a decree was made by the 3rd Hokage to never speak of these events. The English adaptation aired on Cartoon Network and YTV from 2005 to 2009, and was later continued by Disney X from 2009 to 2011. Naruto is in the top 5 best-selling manga series in history, selling over 250 million copies worldwide in 46 countries. Number 4, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Alright, now this series is definitely not one you typically start watching right off the bat, but Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is actually the second anime television series based on the original manga Full Metal Alchemist. However, what made this show unique was that it was an exact one-to-one adaptation of the original.
Stand up, Lieutenant. You need to get out of here.
Do you want me to kill you first? Oh my.
Two aspiring alchemist brothers named Edward and Alphonse damaged their bodies in attempts to resurrect their mother who had passed away from a deathly illness. In the process, Hal gets obliterated and Edward loses a leg in the failed transmutation, so in order to keep his brother alive, Edward nobly sacrifices his right hand to save his brother's life.
I can't wait to see what he'll be sacrificing.
After successfully transferring his brother's soul into a suit of armor, Edward then pieces himself and his brother back together with automail prosthetics, and then decided enough is enough and burnt down their childhood home to the ground and fled to the capital determined to become government-sanctioned state alchemists. There are only 68 episodes of this anime, and we obviously wanted more, but the great detail and depth they took this story to greatly outshined the first series, making this amazing piece of art an absolute must-watch. Number 3, One Piece. This best-selling anime first aired in 1999 in Japan and was translated into English in 2004. The fact that it was just released on Netflix in June of this year proves how much this pirate adventure is loved by people all over the world, making it one of the most popular anime streaming today.
Treasure Dad! Your dear Papa! And I never knew! Goodness!
The adventure follows Luffy, a young man that acquires rubber-like properties after accidentally eating a devil fruit. Motivated by his hero, a pirate named Red-Haired Shanks, he embarks on a quest to become king of all pirates, so he decides to gather a crew to leave home in search of the great treasure called One Piece.
Hey, were you two not listening to me? I told you not to cut it! My turn! Go, go!
Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates set out to sea on the Going Merry to find One Piece, but along the way clash with other pirates, criminals, and soldiers of the corrupt world government. Around 430 million copies of One Piece were sold by October of 2017, and it has consistently remained in the top 5 charts in viewer rating. You're not a true anime fan if you haven't watched One Piece, especially now that it's on Netflix. Number 2, Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan takes place in a universe where humanity lives entrapped within these communities that are gated with gigantic walls to protect the inhabitants from the man-slaughtering humanoid giants called the Titans. After witnessing a giant eat his mother firsthand, Eren decides to devote his life to reclaiming his home from the enormous titans, and joins the scout regiment along with best friends Mikasa and Armin. The cadets then graduate just 5 years later and are positioned in the Tross district adjacent to Wall Rose, where a giant breaches the wall and endangers the entire community. However, they later find out that things might be a little more complicated than they seem. The series was released in 2013 and has won awards such as Anime of the Year, Best Director, Best Script, Best Soundtrack, and many more. I can confidently say that every single anime fan has seen this unless you live in China, since it's actually banned there now. Before we move on to number 1, here's some honorable mentions that could also be on this list. Monster, Bleach, Tokyo Ghoul, Sword Art Online, Parasite. And now for our number 1 pick, Death Note. The Death Note is a notebook that was once owned by a Shinigami who dropped the book into the human world simply for his amusement. A high school student named Light finds the mysterious notebook and unlocks its magical powers that give him godlike abilities.
You've taken quite a liking to it.
This notebook is the most dangerous weapon in the world because whoever's in possession of the book can kill anyone just by knowing their faces and then writing their names down in the notebook. At first, Light was terrified by the notebook's powers, but then eventually starts to consider how he can use the book for good. Because of the strange nature of the deaths, since they typically died of natural causes, the public starts gaining suspicion that this was the work of a single person, and so they named the mystery man Kira, eventually praising him in cult-like fashion.
Be warned, any human who's used a Death Note can neither go to heaven nor hell for eternity. That's all.
The original serialized adaptation of the manga was released in Japan in 2006 and later licensed to Viz Media to be distributed in English and released in North America. It has been made into various films and even video games on Nintendo DS. This is one that every real anime fan has seen. So there's our list. Let us know what other shows you think should have made this list in the comments down below, and check out this recent video and hit that subscribe button.